Hi everyone, let's talk about Heat Pedal to the Metal, which I've just finished a full solo playthrough for, and I've also done a couple of live videos. There's loads of games of me playing this. If you'd like to see the game in action, and you'd like to see some actual cars, they're hiding on the other side of the board. They're really here. And this is just the video where I say what I think about the game, if you are interested in that. So here goes. As much as algorithms and certain ethoses would like to tear down things that get loads of hype, sometimes, well, quite often I would say, things get attention and so-called hype because they're really good. I got Heat after a couple of months and have seen pretty constant positive posts about it on various places and thinking, will this be for me? Like, I don't care about racing. Like, I'm probably gonna play it, think it's okay, and then move it on a bit. I absolutely love Heat. It is such, for a start, just the vanilla mode, just the multiplayer racing, it is such a simple system with none of the extra modules turned on, such an easy way to introduce someone to a really exciting race. You are mostly focused on your own hand management. It's a hand management game. Everyone's got the same decks, 3 copies each of the numbers 1 to 4 with a variety of upgrades. In the basic game, everyone's got the same ones, a 0, a 5, and an extra heat, the currency we need to do exciting things that will eventually come back around and punish us later. So, depending on when the things come into your hand, you want the small numbers on tight corners, you want the big numbers on great big straights. Which gear are you in? It determines how many cards you must play. Sometimes, you are allowed to play more cards, that's fantastic. But sometimes around maybe tight corners or when your hand is full of heat that you can't play, you really don't want to be in those high gears. It's a really rewarding, fun system. You've got some kind of, I don't know if it's so much interaction. The other cars will provide slipstreaming opportunities. So sometimes hanging back a little bit, not too much, you don't want to get held behind a few corners, but hanging back a little bit, maybe getting the advantages of adrenaline and extra movement and extra cooling, a way of getting heat away from your deck and back onto your engine so you can spend it for getting around corners too quickly or shifting gears more than you usually can. But yeah, hanging back a little bit, having the opportunity to jump forward. Slipstreaming is so effective. If you can end up behind or next to a car, you can move 2 extra spaces for free and it doesn't count towards your speed. So if you can slipstream around an especially tight corner and not get punished for it, you'll have a massive advantage that you don't have to deal with that corner anymore next turn, but also you haven't had to take extra heat for it. When you can pull off these lovely little moves, it is so satisfying, and that's just in the basic game. In this base box, it comes with tons of extra modules which can all be, shuffled up, randomized, that will change the games up. A ridiculous amount of upgrades, separated initially into basic and advanced ones. Some will just be more heat, move you a little bit more, maybe give you a little bit more cooling, and they can get more intricate into that, make you do good things, but you have to discard cards from your deck, which might be cards you really want, cost extra heat to play, so you can just do some drafting of upgrades. There is weather that will overall affect the start of the game, the amount of heat and stress that you get. For example, if it's really sunny, then some of your heat ends up already in your discard pile, not available to be used. You've got to wait for it to go through your deck, so you might want to cycle through your deck. It's an important part of the hand management, not just to kind of save the cards in your hand for when you really need them, play the right cards at the right time, but also know when to discard cards, because often you want to keep that deck cycling. You want really to get that heat back into your hand so you can get rid of it, but at the right time. You can't have complete control over that. It's a deck of cards that's been shuffled, and sometimes the heat might really bunch up really far down in the deck when you've kind of suffered through the cards that you've got to play to get to those. The stress and cards like them are really nice as well. You don't quite know what you're going to get. The stress you have to play to get it out of your hand, you don't know what number it's going to be though. It's going to be one of these cards with a speed symbol on top, so from 1 to 4. Sometimes that's great. Sometimes you are on a great big straight though and you only draw a 1. Sometimes you're on a really tight corner and you draw a 4, which can make you spin out, kind of not quite miss a turn. You have to stop before the corner and take extra stress that's going to hold you up in future. The weather also comes with tiles that affect the corners, so these are randomized for each corner in the game, and they can make the corners tighter or more forgiving. So like this would suddenly be a 1 hairpin turn, where if you go over it at a speed of greater than 1, you'll take heat equal to the difference. Or tiles that maybe affect the next stretch instead, which means boosting in this stretch is free, so doesn't cost you the heat that it normally would. Can really change up the tracks, of which there are already 4 different ones in the base box, 2 double-sided boards, and then the championship mode. 3 different seasons, 3 different years of races. 1961 and 62 have 3 races each, and 1963 has 4 different races, and you can even shuffle those cards up and make your own custom race out of these things. They give you an evolving set of upgrades. You get a new upgrade before each race, some random sponsorship cards that are really nice, powerful cards, but are one use only. Photographers that will hang around certain corners as determined by the race that you're playing, and if you can go around those corners impressively, you'll earn more of these powerful sponsorship cards. Weather is always on and randomized for these championships, and a special rule, a special bonus for doing a certain thing, for going around really quickly, or the first few people to go past the finish line in the first lap, or if you spin out at all in this race, then you are disqualified from it and get no points for it. So it can really change up the feel of each of the races. The Legends module as well, that beefs up games where you have fewer players. It enables solo play for a start, and it's recommended, I think, in the rulebook, if you have fewer than 4 players, play with some Legends, some dummy players to beef up the numbers. All you need to do is draw 1 card. It controls all of the AI cards, and there's a really simple system, just one kind of choice. Have they gone past this line or not? Okay, they move this much. It's so simple, so quick to handle all of these cards, and it's nice having, you know, the full grid of cards out there for opportunities to slipstream past, and you know, more opportunity maybe to be in last or second to last place if you have enough cards to get the adrenaline reward. But it's just nice seeing the positions change and seeing a full complement of cards out there. Speaking of that, the base game as it is, with all of these extra little modules that you can put in whenever you like, it starts out as a fantastic racing game anyway, but a really great one that you can introduce very easily to people, and builds up as you would get more used to it, or you can just jump in with that stuff if you want. There's so much in here already. So impressed, have absolutely loved it, but of course, so much scope for extra stuff as well, which the insert as it is already basically tells you there's going to be something. And the starting grid, there are 8 spaces on the starting grid. There are 8 spaces for cars and gear shifts and stuff in the base box as well. There's going to be something that's going to add a couple of cars to it at some point. But yeah, just on a surface level, just some more tracks, just a couple more cars and the Legends cards that would incorporate those in there, just some extra upgrades maybe. Any of that stuff would be not necessary. There is plenty in this already. With more plays, of course, down the road, it might get to the point that you want to freshen it up a little bit. You know, more seasons, more championships would be great as well. But yeah, any of that stuff would be massively appreciated in the future. But any extra kind of quirks and new things, I'm sure would be exciting if they arrive in various expansions. But yeah, just as it is, just talking about the base game that I have played a fair bit now. I think I've played it like 10 times. A lot solo, not much multiplayer so far. Really enjoyed the multiplayer, but I only need me and, of course, the Legends to be willing to play, and often they are willing. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Can't wait to keep playing more, but watch the playthrough, or any of the playthroughs that I've done of it, and see it in action and see if it would be one for you to check out as well. If you'd like to see more from me, there are hundreds of playthroughs on this channel of Heat and other things, and you can support me in various ways like Patreon and Ko-fi that are linked in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching this though, and I will see you for the next game. Bye everyone.